You're good, Danny.
Really?
I mean, you're good to go.
Oh.
Bo, how about that?
All right, we're going to call to order the Whitley County Board of Zoning Appeals, the regular meeting of Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. Roll call, please.
Jack Green?
Here.
Kelley Sheiss?
Here.
Danny Wilkinson?
Here.
Doug Wright? Here. Joe Wolf?
Here. Okay, board, first item on the agenda is election of officers. We need a president. So I'm more than willing to let someone else do it. I think I'm losing it. Okay, Danny's been nominated. Is there any other?
You need a second for that? Or we get a smack?
No, you don't need a second, then you choose someone else.
No, we don't.
Was that a second?
That's a second.
Okay. Any other nominations? All those in favor of Danny Wilkinson signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed? Okay.
What are you abstaining for?
Yeah, you abstaining?
You know you won.
Oh, opposed, I forgot. Opposed, okay. What else we need? We need a vice president, or we just need we don't need a secretary?
You need a chair and vice chair.
Okay, and we don't need a secretary,
Nope.
right?
We are your secretaries.
Who's vice now, Joe?
No, Doug.
Doug is. Oh, okay, we're open for vice chair nominations.
I nominate Joe.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved by Jack, seconded by Doug, that we nominate Joe Wolf for vice president. All those in favor signify, raise your right hand. All those opposed, he's approved. 5-0 if unanimous. Okay, we're ready for the minutes, right? No secretary.
Right.
Okay, board, we received a copy of the minutes of our last meeting, which was December 27th, 2023. Is there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I move we approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second that.
Moved by Kelley, seconded by Jack, that we approve the minutes of our last regular meeting, which was December 27th, 2023. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, the minutes are approved. At this time, we need to administer an oath. If you're a petitioner with something to say, or opposition, or anyone with anything to say, you need to stand at this time, and our attorney, Liz Deckard, will swear you in. If you're going to speak, all petitioners need to stand if they're going to speak.
You raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that any statements you make before the board tonight will be the truth? And if so, state I do.
All right, thank you. Old business, I believe we have none.
Right.
New business, give you an idea how we run the meeting. We'll read your petition. The staff will give a staff report. Then we'll ask you to come to the podium, state your name and address, what it is you'd like to do, please. The first item on your new business is petition 24 WSE1, filed by Hannah and Brody Everts, owners of the property, who are requesting a special exception approval for a traffic generating home occupation. The proposed is a dog grooming business at the petitioner's home at 7106 E Harrold Road in section 15 of Smith Township. Staff.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm going to the slides here. This is on Harrold Road. Those on the Planning Commission might remember a case of a plat that we heard last week. This is basically cat a corner from that. coincidentally. Total lot area is approximately 8,768 square feet. What is being proposed is a traffic generating home occupation for a dog grooming business. We've seen similar dog grooming businesses before. This one is being proposed to be about 170 square feet, which is well under the 20% maximum of the overall living area of the dwelling that is permitted by code. The petitioner submitted that they would groom up to 3 dogs per day. Total hours of operation, though, would be somewhere between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., 3 or 4 days per week, which 3 or 4 days per week was stated to be variable. It just depends on the week and their clientele, as I understand it. There are no plans currently for any non-resident employees. Pickups and drop-offs would use the existing driveway. Because of the pretty low volume of only 3 dogs per day, there's not much concern about having a lot of traffic congestion there, even though it's just simply a single residential driveway. It does widen out to a bit bigger, though, as you've seen if you've been there, and you'll see on the aerials in a second. So going to overall view, highlighted there in blue, the property owner or the petitioner does own all the way back to Zolman Drive. The house, though, is located simply on the front parcel there along Harrold Road, which you can see. And as I said, the overall width of the driveway is basically, it's a 2-car wide driveway, but it does widen out back towards the back where the garage is and where the business would be. So there would be enough room for clients to park and then be able to maneuver around each other if there were more than one at a time. The only thing that might be nice that we have seen in other cases before is to have a turnaround area. Right now, it doesn't look like there's any there, but because Harrold Road is fairly low volume and low speed, I'm not sure that that would be as critical as a more through county road that we've seen before. Aerial view here, oblique view, and I'll kind of zoom in so you get another perspective. Again, the driveway widens out there in front of their garage. Going to the suggested conditions, most of these are pretty straightforward. Actually, all of them are what we've seen before. So I won't go into too many of them. Most of them are just restatements of what the petitioner has stated before, or are boilerplate from previous cases, or just standard conditions that we attach, for example, lights. One note, petitioner is stating no non-resident employees, but because the code does allow one non-resident employee, I just include condition number 6, so it's clear that the code prevails rather than necessarily stating what they are presenting. Going to the review criteria, again, being a home occupation and the nature of the use doesn't seem like the first 3 criteria are going to be particularly affected. It is within existing structures. I mentioned vehicle congestion, traffic generation, so on. So that may be a bit of a concern depending on what the public may have to say. And then finally, preserving the purpose of the ordinance. Traffic generating home occupations are a stated permissible use under the code, and as a home occupation, it's a fairly limited business use that is consistent with the comprehensive plan's recommendation to allow for some smaller business uses throughout all of the county. So, any questions for me at this point?
Petitioner or your representative? State your name and address and tell us about your proposition here, what you'd like to do.
Sure. My name is Hannah Everts, and our address is 7106 East Harrold Road, Cherubusco. And I'd like to get a special exception to run a small dog grooming business out of my house. 3 to 4 days a week, maximum of 3 dogs a day. I'd kind of like to vary the days, Monday through Saturday, just depending. I won't necessarily have 3 dogs a day every day, but just in case, I want to keep it at that
Okay.
range.
Questions, board, of the petitioner?
What size dogs?
Any.
Saint Bernards?
Yep,
Okay.
can do them all.
And no overnighters. No overnight handling of the dogs.
I'm sorry?
No overnight or
Nope,
handling of the
nope,
dogs. just
No,
in
it
and
would
out.
just, yeah, it would just be, they would drop off, depending on the size of the dog, usually takes about 2 to 3 hours. If they're getting a haircut, maybe closer to the 3. But then they would pick up, so they wouldn't stay overnight or anything.
Gotcha.
Hannah,
Yeah.
can you tell them your experience that you came from?
Oh, yeah, I have been grooming for 5 years, so it's, I have experience with it, so it's something that I have experience with, so, yep.
Any other questions, board? Is there anyone in opposition? Anyone in opposition to this petition? No opposition. Anyone with questions? Anyone with questions? Any further discussion, board? Huh?
But you have anything favorable to say?
We can speak, so I'm right next door to him, so.
And we're right behind on Zolman.
I can speak for that as well.
You're welcome to. That's up to you. If anyone's always liked someone in favor, speak in favor.
Well, I'd be happy to say a word for it.
Well, if you want to do that, you need to come to the podium and state your name and address. If not, we're fine.
You don't have to.
Did she groom your hair before you come in?
Danny, you calling him a dog? We're having too much fun here.
Any further discussion? If not, we need a motion. I think if you want conditions, motion that's suggested.
I move we approve 24W SE1 special exception for Hannah and Brody Everts for the traffic generating home occupation with the suggested conditions 1 through 7 as listed in the staff report.
I'll second that.
It's been moved by Kelley, seconded by Joe, that we approve petition 24WSE1 filed by Hannah and Brody Everts with the 7 conditions that's presented in front of us in our petition.
All right, thank you so much.
We got to vote.
Awesome.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed? Now it's really awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you have a card?
Not with me.
Okay. I live on Anderson Road, so I'm not too far.
Do you have the St. Bernard?
Huh?
Do you have the St. Bernard?
Yes, I do. 200 pounds.
There we go.
Hey, Jack, are you okay if I get her your information?
Sure.
Okay, I'll get you his information.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You won't regret having to care your dog. She's been taking care of our baby since she started grooming.
Yeah.
And our baby doesn't like is real skittish, and she absolutely loves Hannah.
Love her.
Got the magic touch, right?
She does. She does.
Well, the last groomer, he tore a hand off of her, so.
Oh, no.
No, he's real dog.
I was gonna say St. Bernards are usually really sweet.
He's-
You're all
Is that
good.
with me? Okay.
Yep, you can.
Any other
That's it.
business come before us?
I do just have a reminder for you and the people in the audience that we have the first 5th Monday training session on Monday night. So this upcoming Monday, 6 o'clock in this room. The title is Ask Us Anything. So it's a random collection of various things. Kelley's added 1 or 2 things. And so if you've got different questions about, planning, zoning, building, local government, maybe state government, economic development,
Attorneys.
attorneys, that's a good one. Dog grooming, whatever. So email me ahead of time and I'll have some time to research. Otherwise, we'll have like cards at the meeting for you to fill out and just kind of have some good old kind of Q&A for the entire hour or so that it takes. And figured that would be a nice training session. So that's all I got.
Okay, we're adjourned.
We're adjourned. That's quick, huh?